Rocco. On the final day of the legislative session, a showdown in the Senate over extending a tax that was set to expire this summer.
Now, Democrats had hoped to get at least a two-thirds majority on the bill by getting at least one Republican vote. To do so, they directed the funding towards education. Politics Now co-host Patrick Walker is live in Carson City to explain exactly what happened. Patrick?
Well, Denise and Shasha, Republicans have maintained for quite a while now that a two-thirds vote is required to extend a tax, in addition to things like imposing a new tax. Democrats have received a majority, or an opinion rather, in the majority from legislative attorneys, however, that's not the case. Well, Democrats still wanted to have that two-third majority today. They needed just Republican to do that. That did not happen. So let's take a look at what did. Democrats adopted an amendment that would send the money from the modified business tax, it's about $98 million over the next 2 years, over to education. Specifically, about $53 million would come to the Clark County School District to fund teacher raises. Money for opportunity scholarships and school safety initiatives is also included. The additional funds are expected to help close the $111 million that the Clark County School District says it needs to fund a 3% teacher raise, a 2% step increase, and increasing health care costs, which the teachers union has voted to strike over if the district has to make cuts to the classroom in order to make these initiatives happen.
We've done a lot to try and take care of our teachers. We want to ensure that we can provide those 3% raises. We've done a lot to increase the amount that we are going to be giving for reimbursements for what we know teachers are spending in their classrooms. That is so important to us, and so I'm hopeful that we are going to be able to see those raises come to fruition.
If they do that, then the next phase is we sit down at the table with the district to make sure that those raises get to educators and to make sure that there's no cuts in these classrooms.
All right, so that bill made it out of the Senate, and it is over in the Assembly. One other bill worth noting, this is kind of a wild card. It's AB 309. There's an amendment on that bill that would allow Clark County commissioners to essentially raise the sales tax 0.25%, which then that money could go to fill things like adult education that falls outside of the distributive schools account, the main funding model that comes out of the state of Nevada. And in doing so would, on the back end, free up some more money that could be used toward raises or other classroom expenses. That bill is set to move through the Assembly, at least scheduled to, tonight. Now, all of this has to happen in the next 7 hours, as the Assembly has to adjourn, and the Senate as well, sine die by midnight. So we will be keeping a close eye. Steve Sebelius will be joining me at 6 o'clock to break down some of the things that have already happened today. For now, reporting live in Carson City, Patrick Walker, 8 News Now.